Welcome to Inside Boxing's Throwdown. I'm Aurelio Martinez, Steven Johnson, and we have a nice episode. We're going to talk about, of course, the big fight between Canelo and Miguel Cotto.
Okay? Yes, sir.
Inside Boxing was there on site. We were there covering the fight for you guys. And Steve, before we get right into that main event, talk about the undercard. I mean, your take on the undercard.
Aurelio, I'm glad you let me handle the undercard because I know you let everyone know last week you didn't care about the undercard. The undercard actually had a couple of interesting fights. The first one that I want to mention that was of note is that the former Olympic silver medalist from China, Zhilei Zhang. Okay, Zhang, he's 6'6", weighs about 270. You know, big boy. And he was cruising right along, fighting a kid named Juan Good. And he was having his way with Good, not a big problem. And then they get in the fourth round, and Good hits Zhang with a right hand and drops him, folding him like a lawn chair. It was pretty funny to me to see that. But anyway, he came back and won, you know, but he had to hold on to win. But, you know, they're going to build him up for China, and rightfully so, and he's one you got to watch. The next one was that Ronnie Rios, okay, yeah. He got now he has the WBC silver featherweight title, and he was taking on Jason Velez from Puerto Rico.
That's right.
Okay, and the thing I remember about Ronnie Rios, really, I remember about 5 years ago, he fought one of my Denver favorite boxers. He fought Daniel Calzada down in Texas, and Daniel went the distance with him, you know. Yes. And I always followed Ronnie Rios after that. Ronnie Rios is only 25 years old. He's a kid that I think that after the fight that we got to see the one that was really the good fight, you know, that we'll talk about a little bit in a second though. But those two will probably match up to get that WBC because now since he has the Ronnie Rios has that silver title, then the WBC World Featherweight title, which now belongs to our boy. We'll talk about in a minute. Those two will probably match up. Guillermo Rigondeaux, you know, that fight he had. I still say that, you know, he's the guy that's boring. He fought Adrian Francisco. He showed once again that he's boring. Not a guy that's a main event guy. He's a guy that everybody still talks about though. But at some point, you know, he and Vasily Lomachenko, they're probably gonna hook up. It'll probably be a snooze fest. I don't look for anything exciting from that. So anyway, but you know, you be quiet. You don't care about the undercard, so you don't say anything. Like I said, the other fight that we had, which is probably going to be, as far as I'm concerned, clear fight of the year runner. Okay, and that's the fight where we had Francisco Vargas, and he taking on Takashi Miura of Japan for the WBC World Super Featherweight title. And as far as I was concerned, I'm sure a lot of people will disagree, but Takashi was rolling along. It looked like he was going to stop Vargas. He had Vargas in trouble. Vargas's his right eye was just a mess. It was horrible. Actually, almost looked like three eyes. But he came back in surprising fashion and stopped Miura. You got to give him all the credit in the world. Okay, great fight. And like I said, I'm thinking now that he's the WBC World Super Featherweight title holder, that he and Ronnie Rios are probably going to hook up. Okay, that only makes sense. Okay, next thing. I know you're ready to get at. Let's go to it, man. This main event where we had Canelo Alvarez of Mexico taking on Miguel Cotto of Puerto Rico in what was billed as is going to be a fight of the ages. I'll let you take it from there.
Well, I'm going to tell you what, the fight of the ages, I think as far as having two boxers in the ring that really know boxing and know what to do in the ring, it showed that was the case. I mean, if you call fight of the ages, where two guys go head to head, rock 'em, sock 'em, knock him down, ice cut up, beat up, that type of fight, no, it wasn't.
No.
Okay, so I think it was a very good fight, and I'll tell you what, I'm not used to being on the short end of this whole thing because you know when we talked. I was picking Cotto to win. I said Cotto was going to win.
Oh, we remember.
And of course you went with Alvarez. The key is, I just get out and say it. I still think Cotto won the fight. Okay, now I'm gonna get into that whole scenario because I'm a minority in that type of thinking.
Yes,
Okay,
you are.
but I still think he firmly won the fight. Okay.
Okay. State your case.
He didn't win. My whole thinking before the fight didn't happen because I was saying that Cotto would win this fight because Alvarez tires, and he tires in the second half of the fight. So I said if Cotto takes Alvarez into deep waters into the second half, he'll be able to dominate. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
that didn't happen. As a matter of fact, it was the opposite.
Mm-hmm.
It was the opposite in Saul Alvarez actually got stronger toward the end of the fight.
You're not helping your case.
And
right now.
but my point is, I see him winning the fight, but not because of the keys to victory that I thought would be in place.
Oh, okay.
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 So basically, leaving that, I'm gonna give you a couple of minutes to gloat on Canelo winning.
No, I'm
stuff
not gonna
like
gloat.
that. Okay, but anyhow, listen, Cotto won that fight. Okay, Cotto won that fight, and I understand it's different watching it on TV because there's a lot of influential factors when you watch it on TV. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And what I'm talking about is I'm talking about the
Max
commentators.
Kellerman, Roy
okay?
Jones.
These guys are fans of boxing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, they're not commentators such as commentating on the action that they're supposed to be commentating. So
Mm-hmm.
they turn the commentating into cheerleading, you might say.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In this fight, there was a lot of missing. The defense on both sides of the equation were actually pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
The moving and the missing. Okay. But the factor is if you're watching a fight and boxing is what it is and scoring a fight is who's landing punches and who's taking control of the fight. Now if you take that scenario, Cotto clearly won the fight. Okay, close fight, good fight. But I'm telling you what, the first 4 rounds I gave to Cotto. Just right off the bat, he was moving, he was using his angles. He was scoring. He was jabbing. He was doing everything he can. And Canelo was consistently throwing bombs. He was throwing heavy-handed punches that weren't landing. But he was trying to force his strength on Cotto, and it wasn't working. It didn't work. So the first 4 rounds went to Cotto just by the means of winning the rounds. Okay. Then you go on to the fight. So basically, I'm not going to sit here and give you round by round situation, but by the end of the fight, I ended up having Canelo win 5 rounds, okay, because he came strong in the second half, okay. I say, and no doubt whatsoever, okay, the 8th, 9th, and 10th were big rounds for Canelo, and I think even though Miguel Cotto didn't show it, I think Miguel Cotto was holding on. I mean, they were good rounds for Canelo, and he clearly won them. Okay. End of the fight. That's what I had. I had 5 rounds for Canelo and 7 rounds for Miguel Cotto, which would have made it 115, 113 in favor of Cotto, and that's what I'm saying. So obviously that's. When you watch a fight, and all the fans that are out there saying, okay, Canelo won, he won this and that, that's fine, because when you watch the fight as a fan, okay, you watch your fighter, okay, and that's standard and that's good and that's the way it's supposed to be, okay. You watch the fight as you're watching, so you're basically watching your fighter, the one fighter, and that's why at the end of the fight, your fighter won, or your fighter got robbed, or whatever the case may be, because as a fan, that's how you watch a fight, okay? As a scoring judge, they're not supposed to watch the fight to enjoy the fight and watch their fighter that they want to win. Okay, they need to watch the fight and they need to use the scoring criteria that's placed before them. Now, this is what people don't understand and why commentating has an influence on the viewership, because the commentators tend to mix it up, like the criteria for scoring a fight. Okay, let's talk about the criteria. I went ahead and printed it here so I don't make no mistake when you're scoring a professional fight. There's 4 factors that judges have to use in scoring a professional fight.
Okay.
The first factor is clean punching.
Okay.
Okay. Second factor is effective aggressiveness.
Okay.
Okay. The third factor is ring generalship.
Okay.
And the fourth one is defense.
Okay.
That's it. That's the 4 factors that they use to score a fight. Nothing else. Okay.
Okay.
So let's go and kind of go into each one of them.
Well, hold on one second.
Okay.
Before we go into that one, we're going to end this first episode. We're going to come back with the second episode, and we're going to let Aurelio to explain to you the factors. Then I'm going to give you my impressions of the fight in episode number 2. Okay?
Very
That
good.
sound good?
Very good.
Okay.
Take a break. We're going to go back. We're going to come back with the second episode and continue this discussion.
That's right. Get your popcorn, get it ready, because it's going to get heated here in just a few minutes, I can guarantee. But in the meantime, as usual, Aurelio,
Keep them hands up.